So hi everyone, I'm Doron, I'm the CEO of Plum Guide. Plum Guide is a luxury holiday home company. We have 40,000 homes around the world. And our USP and what makes Plum special is our goal is to go and vet every single home on the planet and accept the top 3 to 5% of homes in every town, city and village. And homeowners need to go through a process to get accepted. But once they do, we give access to a very high end and well-heeled customers, mainly from the US and Europe. Yeah, I mean, we loved winning. It was amazing. We got an award for a best marketing campaign, best brand campaign, and for best OTA, which is the ultimate kind of compliment. And it meant a lot to us because of the way it works, which is it's half a user's vote, so half the public saying we're the best OTA, and half the judges who take a more expert-led view and really notice the customer experience and the customer service. So it really means a huge amount to us, and we celebrated it at our weekly company get-together. It's our obsession. You know, the goal for Plum is how do we pick the homes that we know are going to delight people. As I said, our goal is really to open a market and select the top 3 to 5% of homes. The way it works is like this. We've built an aggregator that creates a database of all the homes available in Porto, let's say, and they then go through a series of rounds of filtration. So they have to have a certain review level, they have to be in what we consider the soulful neighborhoods. We then do a visual check, so they need to meet our design standards. And I'll tell you a little bit about how we do that in a second. And then we make sure that they meet 150 different criteria. Most of it today is done automatically. An example would be through scraping all the reviews about the home and trying to get confident that it meets cleanliness standard, comfort standards, and so on. On occasions, we send someone to vet the home in person with an iPad app. And that's it. And homes that go through, and of course the owners have to sign up to our service standards. But once all of that passed through, they become listed on Plum, they get a Plum award, and they can use that as well to promote their product. A good question. I mean, the meta trend that I think we're seeing from day one is the expectations are just going up and up and up of what people expect. And I don't see that stopping. I remember the early days of Plum, if I'd interview a customer who'd used Airbnb once, as long as they didn't get robbed and they could get in, they thought it was amazing. You interview someone who's used it 5 times, and you know, as long as it basically worked, they think it's fine. Someone with 10 times, if the towels are a different color, they say it was awful. And I just think the standards and what people's expectations are going up and up and up. In the early days of Plum, vetting a home was an exceptionally expensive process, and I'm going to choose a couple of examples to bring it to life. So we have this design team. They have a design Bible. It is the most geeky design thing you've ever seen, and it specifies what is a Plum couch, what is not a Plum couch, what is Plum lighting, what is not Plum lighting. And there was a team of 7 or 8 people whose job was to manually go home by home and say Plum design, not Plum design. Today we've built an AI which does that fully automatically. That team, except for one person, doesn't exist. I like to share that, and by the way, every month we take a sample with one person and they grade it manually against the machine. And there's a 97% match rate. And I love that example because it's the last thing you think AI automates, sort of like the creative angle and the creative side of things. And here it is, a machine doing a decision based on creativity. And it's, of course, using tens of thousands of homes that were rated by people who followed this, so that's the training data set. But that's one. I mean, I'll give you another one. One of our big prides is that our listings are written by ex-journalists or existing journalists. They write them in the third person. They have a critical tone of voice. I don't know how you're going to feel about this. Today, it's moved from being a full writing job to an editorial job, so the listing gets written automatically. with a critical tone of voice. So we've trained it using all the past tone of voice. It has all the data. It is not at a position where we're happy for it to go, but it's gone from needing someone to spend an hour and a half to 10 minutes editing and changing it around to get it to a place. So I could keep going, but there's a team constantly taking every place where there's pressure and tension and not a good enough job and automating it through AI. It's great to meet people in the industry, learn what everyone else is doing, obviously find and discover other property managers who are doing an amazing job with high-end properties and who are passionate. And that's what we're out doing, trying to find those people who obsess about every piece of furniture, the art, the choice of bedding. And so my hope is that we find some of these people here. Dinner last night was a highlight. Yeah, I mean, I think meeting the people, I don't want to start name-checking different people, but has had some really interesting conversations. Yeah, it's been so far really good.